Yeah. Hikaru throws in the towel. We're back to tied, all netted up 15 games apiece. Moving on to our third game in overtime, everybody.
I haven't seen an overtime this good since UConn Syracuse back in that Big East tournament. This is really some epic stuff. I mean, they must both be super nervous at this stage. And look at Magnus adopting this French-like structure without a light square bishop.
Yeah. Good for black here. Magnus increasing his space advantage on the queen side. High level chess and bullet. Look at this move, king d7, by the way. Oh, connecting the rooks.
A great endgame. That's what they say, right? I hate on the French in the opening, but when you get to the endgame, it's almost always better for black because the base pawn, f7, very hard to get to, and look at white's pawns, they're sticking out a bit.
Yep. Yep. Opposite position you want to be in a French. Also, no edge on the clock this time for Hikaru. He is staring down what could be his first deficit in the match.
And the last time you said it, you jinxed Magnus. This time you almost did as well, apparently. But look at that, these knights. They're going right after this rook, and if rook c2? What is happening here?
I have no idea. He's going to take c1 and be down the exchange, but he's got some compensation.
Oh, no, look,
what a trick.
He wants to trade them all. He wants to trade all
Knight
the
e3
rooks.
is going to take everything off the board. Hikaru doesn't want it.
And Hikaru's in huge trouble. Magnus just has to take. Why did he spend like 5 seconds on that turn? He is wasting time.
Yeah, now he's losing the c-pawn, and he doesn't even win the material back. This is going the wrong direction for for Magnus.
Okay, but he did go up a piece here. And
wow.
Keeping knight f5. Go give a check. Just give a check somewhere.
What's the time? Oh, but you got 10 to 7 seconds here.
And it's now under 8.
Super dangerous for Magnus.
Yeah, he's pre-moving. He's trying his best. Oh, he's blown to the a5 pawn. And now Hikaru's taking it, and he's taking the g6 pawn. So if the rooks come off, Hikaru
oh my god, and
lose
white's
the game.
even better now.
Oh my gosh. God. And Magnus lost in time.
Wow. He screams at the screen, unbelievable. I don't know what he's yelling about, but that is not what you wanted. Hikaru maintains a one-game lead, or regains a one-game lead, and Magnus has never led in this match.
And I think part of it is your fault. The commentator's curse strikes again.
I'll shut up. I mean,
no, you do the talking. Hey, we're not rooting for anybody here.
Every time Magnus gets close to taking his first lead, again, you're just joining, Hikaru has led this match wire to wire. Magnus completed at one point, what was it, a 4? Was it 5 games at one point?
It ballooned up to quite a substantial difference between them. I guess they're chatting. Maybe Hikaru, because his matches haven't been close, he doesn't know that overtime is still win by 2. They're checking to see what game they are. So that is very smart. That is really smart by both of them. They're seeing how many games do we have left before it becomes sudden death.
Yeah. So they're chatting with the team. Staff confirmed it was 5 games of a lead for Hikaru Nakamura at one point. In fact, at a couple different points, Hikaru had a 5-game lead. So we are in overtime chess here. Both players confirming where the match sits. It's a win by 2 scenario unless we get to 6 games, and then it's sudden death. Whoever wins is your bullet chess champion. Although, actually, if Magnus Carlsen wins, we get more chess. So for the content, many people rooting for Magnus. For the Hikaru fans, they don't want to see any more chess.
And who do you think that little stall favored? Because Magnus lost the game, but both players must be nervous. So do you feel like any side gets the upper hand thanks to that mini break?
I think with players like this who are just objectively so good, it probably doesn't really matter. But you have to believe it always favors the person who lost the game to be able to take a breath. So maybe Magnus can kind of control his emotions for a moment. He is up a little bit in terms of space here.
Oh, and the d6 pawn is the worst pawn on the board if you can get around your dark square bishop. So yeah, a little bit extra space for Magnus, but a lot of extra time for Hikaru. 5 seconds at the moment. And whoa, what just happened to the king side?
What just happened there?
I look away for a second, and it's like vacuumed off the board.
Yeah, everything just exited. Hikaru probably okay with a draw, even though that doesn't win the match because he's black. Gives him another chance to win with white. Remember, it's win by 2, unless we get to the 7th game.
This is an incredibly played game thus far, Danny. I've been watching the eval bar. It hasn't moved. They put all the best moves to this point, and Black gives up a piece, but gets a bunch of pawns.
And it's going to be a draw by perpetual check. Maybe not, but
Hikaru should play for a win. Look at the clock.
He should, and he knows it, and he does it. Hikaru going in. Wait, there was a blunder. Queen b6.
Yeah, this pawn is promoting. He allowed the queen in. The pawn is promoting. You see it on Magnus' face. He knows.
God.
It's over.
Oh my God, and that
trail a single time in the match, and Magnus almost made it happen, but almost is not good enough.
A wire-to-wire victory for the reigning bullet chess champion. Magnus Carlsen will not get one of the only titles in chess that has evaded him at this point in his career. Hikaru Nakamura is still the bullet chess champion.